For those of you who lived through the days when the man called the Night Stalker roamed the streets of Southern California, the name Richard Ramirez can still bring a chill.
It does. A recent Netflix series also brought back those days, and Gina Silva is live with a re-exploration of this case. Gina.
Well, Alex, Christine, we had a chance to examine the evidence in the Richard Ramirez trial, a trial that lasted more than a year. And I can tell you, after looking at that evidence that has been in boxes for so many years, it is eerie, disturbing, and at the same time, fascinating.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, several men will appear on the stage.
He's number 2 in this police lineup.
In a loud, clear voice, repeat this statement. Shut up.
A lineup for surviving victims and witnesses.
Where's the money?
Where's the money?
This video of 25-year-old Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Where's the jewelry?
Where's the jewelry?
Is one of hundreds of pieces of evidence stored at the Hall of Justice.
I mean, this is incredible access into a case that haunted Los Angeles.
My colleague Phil Schuman and I were granted permission to examine the Night Stalker files. Everything on the murder crime spree from June 1984 to August 1985 is in these boxes.
This is the actual trial exhibits. So I'm told there were like 40 boxes of this material.
And all of these envelopes represent a victim.
The crime scene photos are so gruesome. Most of them we can't show you.
I swear I'm getting like nauseous looking at some of this stuff.
It's just so disturbing.
Each package reveals the twisted criminal history. These are the handcuffs Ramirez used on his victims, one of multiple items in his arsenal.
Handcuffs, knives, guns. It was just such a frightening time because there was these sort of random attacks like all over.
The Night Stalker would break into homes through unlocked windows and doors.
If there was a man in there, he would usually shoot the man first. Then he would like sexually assault the women. Then he would ransack the place. Sometimes he left them for dead, sometimes they were dead.
Ramirez struck in Glassell Park, Rosemead, Monterey Park, Whittier, Monrovia, Burbank, Arcadia, Sierra Madre, Glendale, Sun Valley, Northridge, Diamond Bar, San Francisco, and Mission Viejo.
Everybody was terrified in Los Angeles County.
At the time, Gil Carrillo was an LA County Sheriff's homicide detective. He and his partner, Frank Salerno, were assigned to solving the string of murders.
In the beginning, there weren't a lot of people, especially even cops, that were believing that one person was responsible for all the murders because there were also some child abductions.
They didn't know it then, but Ramirez was a sadistic serial killer, rapist, pedophile, burglar, and Satanist. Carrillo was the first to suggest they were looking for one suspect, but his hunch was rejected by other detectives. Pearl is Carrillo's wife.
I used to feel so bad for him because he used to come home so frustrated from work, you know, and I felt bad for him.
Nobody in criminal history had ever been documented doing what he was doing, nor have there been any copycats. Nobody's done it since.
This is the famous hat.
In the archives, we found the AC/DC baseball cap Ramirez was seen wearing, the black leather jacket, and sunglasses he often wore in court.
And these were the ones that were found in his locker.
You're looking at the first sketches created from the memory of surviving victims. Most describe the suspect as having stained and rotted teeth. Investigators also knew they were looking for a man wearing a specific type of sneaker.
Look at this. It's like plaster cast of the actual shoe print.
This shoe print left at crime scenes was the first clue that only one killer was terrorizing California residents. They also knew one of the weapons was a .22 caliber pistol. That information was under wraps until San Francisco Mayor Dianne Feinstein held a news conference and revealed every detail.
The same ballistics on, I understand, more than a dozen murders.
When Carrillo found out, he was furious.
As a result, Richard got rid of the shoes and got rid of a gun over the Golden Gate Bridge.
But soon, more clues would reveal the identity of the Night Stalker. A fingerprint was lifted from a stolen car he was driving, and an acquaintance finally told police the suspect's name is Richard Ramirez.
We are satisfied that we now have the identity of the individual who is being commonly referred to as a Night Stalker.
With his image plastered everywhere, it was impossible for Ramirez to hide. On August 31st, 1985, Ramirez tried to steal this red Mustang in East LA, but the owner's father wrestled him out of the car. Ramirez then ran and tried to take this woman's car.
Give me the keys. Give me the keys.
Angelina de la Torres' husband, Manuel, heard the commotion and came out with a metal rod and struck Ramirez in the head twice.
We're
happy to announce that the individual we have in custody is Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
In East LA, there was a sense of pride that people in this community captured the Night Stalker.
I guess when he came here, he made a mistake, didn't he?
The reign of terror finally came to an end when Ramirez was taken into custody.
Matter of the case, People versus Richard Ramirez.
He was found guilty of 13 counts of murder, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries. During sentencing, Ramirez had this to say.
I am beyond your experience. I am beyond good and evil, and show no mercy. I will be avenged.
Fix the penalty, therefore, at death.
Big deal. Death always went with the territories.
On June 7, 2013, at the age of 53, Ramirez died at San Quentin State Prison. For the detective who helped bring Ramirez to justice, it was a day like any other.
They all came down. They all wanted, what do you think? And all I could say is, hey, I didn't pull the switch. It is what it is, and I'm just grateful that I don't have to worry about an appeal.
Now, Carrillo is now retired. His wife, Pearl, says that she is extremely proud of her husband for having played such an important role in solving this case. Now, all of that evidence that we showed you, it was actually going to be tossed out because it's no longer needed. With Richard Ramirez dead, there won't be an appeal. So they were going to get rid of it, but the LA County DA's office decided to go ahead and keep it. And it is very possible that it could end up in some sort of historical museum. Alex, Christine?
Yeah, and he died, of course, due to cancer, not because he was executed by the state. Gina, I'm curious, as a human being, what was it like holding that stuff?
Alex, it was bizarre. I mean, it was surreal to be holding items that were used against victims. And there was just so many things there that you were like, I can't believe I'm actually touching this. But for me, the most disturbing were the photos, the crime scene photos, and thinking about the victims and what they went through and the pain that was caused, to the families. And what the detectives had to go in and look at. It was a horrifying time here in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Gina, to see those sunglasses and that jacket, I'm wondering, how did you and Phil get access to all of that? How long did it take to go through all of that?
Well, it was the work of our assistant news director, Peter Wilgore, and he spent about 3 to 4 months trying to get access. He went back and forth with the LA County DA's office, and they finally granted access for us to go inside. And of course, COVID also played a part in it. We couldn't go there for quite some time until just recently. And it was very interesting. As I said before, it was eerie, disturbing, but at the same time, it's history, and it was fascinating.
Yeah, and those pieces could, as you said, one day end up in a museum here in Southern California. What a landmark case for law enforcement here. Gina Silva, thank you so much.